It feels really weird doing an intro in English. If this is your first time on my channel, then it's okay, don't worry about that. But yeah, today's video will be in English. I've been wanting to make this video ever since I started college. I'm not even kidding, like first day of college I said I'm going to make a video like this, and that's because when I was entering college I watched so many of these and I got so many great tips and advice, and I knew I wanted to make one on my own after I experienced college. So I wanted to make this video after I graduated, and I graduate this fall, so I have one more semester left, but I thought it would be weird to make this video in the winter since more people enter college in the fall than they do in the winter. So I'm just making it now, kind of my penultimate semester. So I tend to talk a lot, so there won't be a lot of advice in this video, but there are a few key points that I really want to address, and these are things that I wish somebody told me when I was a freshman. They would like shake my shoulders and say, I know this doesn't mean anything to you right now, but it will, so just take it seriously. I know that as freshmen you're kind of navigating through the college lifestyle, that it's kind of hard to think about other things at the moment. You're just trying to get used to everything, but some of these things are so important, and I want to help at least one person. And you know, I was also an orientation leader last summer, and I told a lot of people these things and they seemed to really like pick up on it and understand the grave importance of these things. So the first thing is probably my number one piece of advice that I wish someone told me this when I was entering college so that I would take it more seriously. So obviously you're going to college for the academics. You're also going to gain independence and to have like a new social life, things like that. But academics is mainly what you are paying for. So it's so important to take it seriously. It's so important to consider everything your freshman year and just take everything super seriously in terms of, if you choose a major your freshman year and you start taking classes in your major and you realize, I actually don't really like this as much as I thought I would, there's no harm in changing. So many freshmen do change their major. So many students change their major at least twice, I think. I don't know the exact statistics, but there's no harm in changing. I have so many friends now that are juniors and seniors. You won't believe, so many people have said they wish they could go back and change their major, but now it's too late. And the reason I'm telling you this is because freshman year is, your time is so flexible. It's so flexible academically. I mean, once you're a junior, senior, it's almost impossible to change anything and you have to kind of stick with it. But freshman year, everything is so flexible. If you pick a major, don't treat it like this is the major I'm gonna have for the next 4 years. Be flexible about it, because freshman year is the best time to switch into a new major, double major, add a minor, add a certificate, things like that. Once you get to sophomore year, junior year, it becomes a lot harder to do that, because then you might have to stay an extra semester, you might have to do summer classes. So freshman year is the time to do that. See, I made the mistake personally where I chose a major and I would ask people, like, I'd say, I don't really know what I want to do, I don't know if I like it exactly, and there's no harm in asking for advice, but a lot of people would tell me, oh, you're still young, you'll figure it out, like, don't worry too much about it. And I kind of took this to heart way too much, because I said, you know what, I shouldn't worry, I'm just a freshman. And then by the time I became a sophomore, I wanted to change my major, and it was just too late unless I wanted to stay an extra year, which I didn't really want to do that. So in the end, just listen to your gut. If your gut is telling you like, I don't really like this, I think I'm gonna like something else, trust that and listen to it, because you are paying for this, and freshman year is the most flexible time to change anything academically. This is so important. I personally wish I could go back and change everything, but obviously you don't know that. You don't know till you start taking classes and you start doing that. So make sure you're super open to that freshman year. You're super open that you're not married to your major. You might try something else, and don't change it, because it might be too late, just like so many other students. So yeah. Anyway, I feel like a lot of freshmen are so afraid that they won't make friends, right? Like, this is a fear that a lot of people have, especially if you don't know anyone going to your college. If you're going like across the country and no one from your high school is going, then it can be really scary, you know? Everyone wants to have someone that they can lean on, and everyone's going through the same thing where it's all new for them, so you'll have something to talk about and something that you can relate to, right? So people want that. This happened to me, this happened to so many people I know, so this isn't something that like you get to make fun of freshmen for. This is what everyone went through as a freshman. I think freshmen basically latch on to the first people they meet. The first couple of months in your first semester, they just latch on, whether it's their roommate, the people in their hall, someone they met at orientation. If they feel this connection, they'll immediately latch on and be like, oh my gosh, we're like friends, I'm not alone. I think it's more this idea that they're afraid of not being alone, that they'll just hang on to anyone they first meet. And I'm not saying that like it's a bad thing. I did that, so many people do that, and it's okay. But just know, if you're one of those people that feels like you haven't really made any friends your first semester, if you feel like your friends are more like acquaintances and you don't really get along as much as you thought you would, don't worry. Do not worry. I've met so many people that haven't met their friends until sophomore year. Like, I'm not trying to scare anyone by saying that, but I mean it. During freshman year, if you feel like you just haven't met someone you connected with, don't worry. It's because freshman year is kind of just like this, it's this huge hustle of people getting to know the college life and getting to know so many people that they don't have time. There's not a whole lot of time to make these real awesome connections. So once it kind of everything dies down and you understand college life, then you can start making real connections. You can start joining clubs, you can start meeting people in other random places, and then you'll find people you'll genuinely connect to. Don't think I know anybody who's friends with the first people they met. Maybe they're friendly with them, but nobody's like best friend. Do not worry. Like, you'll find people you connect with, but I guess my advice is don't worry if it doesn't happen right away. Friendships have to happen naturally. Like, natural, good, lasting connections and friendships don't just happen in one day. They could, they definitely could, but they don't. So do not be discouraged if you haven't found like really good friends within your first semester, because I guarantee you a lot of other people are in that same situation. So yeah, I genuinely hope I am explaining these things right, because I feel like in my head they just sound so clear, but then when I say them out loud, I'm always afraid that I missed an important detail. So hopefully not. This is a really quick tip, but laundry, every school does it a little bit differently. I have toured schools where laundry is free, which is so awesome. Mine wasn't. Freshman year, they gave us university cards and you could put money on that and then you could use it for laundry. And a lot of people liked that because you didn't need coins and whatnot. I personally did not like that. So basically, you can ask your parents. This is what my parents did for me, which I thought was really nice because it's so small, but you know, it's something that helps. And basically, you can ask your parents when you're away from college, they can set up a jar, and every time they have change, just put quarters in there, and then when you come back home for break, you have a whole jar of quarters you can use for laundry and go back to college with. So you don't need any money on your card. Personally, I found that putting money on my card is annoying, but some people like it, so it's really up to you. So my last piece of advice, or kind of like discussion topic, is getting a job on campus. I've seen so many videos talk about this, and each one says something a little different. Some people said to wait until your second semester, until you're comfortable with the college lifestyle. Some say get it right away because it's competitive. Some say wait till sophomore year. Personally, I think it's really up to you to decide and know. For me personally, I didn't have a job before high school, so it was kind of obvious that I wanted to start making my own money. I wanted to get experience with a job. I got a job after, I think, 5 weeks of college. I got it in the first week of October, my first semester, so I didn't even hesitate. I wanted it really badly. It fit really well with my college schedule. Like, I had no problems with that. If you're someone that takes a long time to adjust to new situations and you really, really want to get to know what it's like to have like college homework and tests and exams and things like that, maybe you could hold off a little bit as well. High school, for example, it wasn't competitive because I wouldn't say they overhire, but they definitely hire a little bit more than they need, especially in places like the library or dining halls. Like, don't be afraid, there's always going to be openings for you. And if you wait till sophomore year, there's always seniors that left the year before, so it's not like there's going to be nothing once you're a sophomore. But it's really up to you. Like I said, for me personally, I wanted it right away, and I'm so happy I got it right away. If you are struggling to pay for college and you want to get a job on campus so it can help you pay for college a little bit, I can't guarantee this because I don't know what every job does and what every school does, but I think I would recommend getting a job early on if you want to help pay for school. That's because a lot of jobs tend to give raises, right? And I don't know how often, each one is different. But think about it, if you start freshman year, by the time you're a senior, you'll be making a good amount compared to people who started their junior or even senior year. You know, if you start as a freshman, by the time you're a senior and you've been working the same job for 4 years, you know, you're gonna be making a decent amount, and compared to the amount you work, because obviously you're not gonna work a lot in 1 week, but this is definitely something that, you know, it's definitely not a lot because college is expensive, but every little bit helps for some people, so I highly do recommend, if you are a little bit worried about that, maybe you can find a job early on. Like, I get it, it is expensive and that does suck, but every little bit helps, so I'm hoping that is helpful for somebody. That's all I have in this video today. Like I said, I hope I helped at least one person, and because I don't make videos in English too often, I'm hoping that someone will see this video that's relevant to them. I love my Polish viewers, I love you guys, but I am hoping that somebody who's going to an American university in the fall will also see this. Yeah, that's all I have. I hope you enjoyed this video, so bye.